always so curious to know, because behind every successful person, they don't just simply do it for the sake of doing it. There is something that drives them at their core. There is a bigger reason, there's a mission, there's a vision that they have. So what is it for you?
So for my case, I started from an unfortunate situation where I became a single mother and I struggle with finances. And I know I'm not the only person who has this kind of issue. And when I figured out a way to earn an extra income, my mission changed from actually earning a side income to actually making it possible for everybody else. So to me, the mission, if I could summarize it, is basically to make women or individuals from the low-income families especially to be empowered, and the best gift I could give them is being self-independent. And that's why the company has been driving towards that mission, getting more and more people being financially independent, because we believe when people do earn their own money, through our support especially, they are able to build confidence in themselves. And what becomes a social problem before no longer is. They become more confident and they raise happy household and happy children. And that's the larger mission about everything else that we do. Technology is great, revenue is great, having a team is great, but more importantly, if all of us don't come together and uphold this mission, then everything will fail in time. I believe every businesses, if you give meaningful value to somebody else's lives, that business is long and sustainable. People assume that when somebody is successful, everything's been going right for that person. And that's what I wanted to tell the people, that if we are successful because we make good decisions, it's because we had bad ones done in the past. That's why we had to learn from it. But situation-wise, when I was 21, I lost my first son to stillbirth, and that is one of the lowest and darkest days in my life. And if you think about the reasons why anybody would be depressed or lose hope to even continue life, this I can tell you is one of the reasons. And in fact, it is even heavier load compared to failing in a business. And subsequently, when I eventually picked all the pieces together, and it takes time to heal, and time passes because I get older as well. That's why I started business really late. I was focusing on juggling motherhood, and motherhood is not easy as well. That role being integrated to making sure that you become a better parent is challenging in its own form.
Yes, it's a really prominent point that you made there about successful people.
Yeah.
Is that things don't go 100% right all the time. Sure, there might be some lucky things that have happened or some smart decisions and opportunities that have come their way, but there are a whole other range of things that haven't gone so well, but it's about how you deal with them rather than everything being perfect.
Yes.
So it's very inspiring to hear that not only is someone at the top of a tech company is female as a CEO, is also a mother that has also overcome some great feats of adversity. Because it really is a test of inner strength when you step out and play a bigger game.
You're right. Actually, I always tell people ask me, have you ever thought of quitting? And I said, all the time. I'm not lying to you. I always thought of quitting. But then at the end of the day, when something happens, something motivates me, I see an impact on one person because of what I do, I tell myself just one more day and see how tomorrow goes.
So talking about healthy minds and staying strong, what kind of habits or mottos or practices have you integrated into your life to keep you in a strong frame of mind so you can continue to impact in the way that you have been and not quit?
And not quit, and try not to quit. Okay, I believe that healthy habits is very important. When we talk about keeping yourself healthy, it doesn't have to be similar to the norm. That's what people need to do. For me, I identify firstly the time of the day that I'm the most productive, so I don't lose that time giving on things that is not going to earn me any benefit. So identifying the most productive time, having a good sleep of 8 hours is compulsory for me. And even if I couldn't do that night 8 hours of sleep, I try to make it up by taking naps in the afternoon or late evening, just so I do have, my body has a good amount of rest.
Yes.
And a lot of people, they overwork themselves, but they didn't consider that when you keep yourself healthy with sleep, good food, exercise, actually you keep your frame of mind at the best capability. That means every time you need to make a decision, last minute, some hiccup, you made it at the state of mind where you are thinking the best, because your body is at its best. So when you invest in health, it's something that it should be mandatory for any corporate professionals to take priority before business. The other thing, in terms of mentality, I always tell myself that a lot of things that doesn't go your way, you just have to be patient and see what comes at the end of it, because sometimes the blessing comes in disguise. And a lot of times My plan never worked out. I tell people we've been planning for days, and I tell you it turned out completely different. But just holding on to what, accepting it, making the best out of it, give it a little bit more time. In a couple of days or weeks, you actually see the significance of that change and why it is necessary. Why, spiritually speaking, why the universe made it in a different way. So, and then in the end, you turn out that's not so bad. So the next time your plan don't work out, you don't look at it and say, I failed. You look at it saying, what else is coming from this result? And then from there, what can I do the best for my business? So these two mindset is very important. Taking care of your body and your mind is a powerful driver. So fuel it with positivity, and with the right mindset, you scale any adversity.
Yes. Who are some of the more influential people that have been in your life, and why?
I would want to say their name, but the thing is, they didn't know that they're influential to me. See, it happens.
A secret influencer.
So they didn't know they influenced me. So they didn't know I was doing better because of them. Okay, so they basically, these people, what I wanted to say was these people could be random people I meet on a daily basis. There will be times, Anji, I'm so surprised that one person on one random day in one random conversation changed the way I think, which makes me apply my business concept and change my entire revenue. And this person may or may not be a person I meet again. It may not be somebody who has a long-term friendship with me. And for many reasons, we're in two different industries, we may never find the need to reconnect. But that's why I believe strongly that as long as our mind is open to learning, the people who could influence us is almost everybody. It's just about our acceptance, whether we can be open to accept different kind of knowledge. And experiences sharing is the best, because whatever you want to find, you can read in books. But it's a different context when you put it into somebody else's experience and learn from them. All of us going through different things every day have the opportunity to share experience, pass on wisdom, as well as pass on values. And that's the thing you don't get in books or in universities. So being open, talk to people when you do networking, ask them a question about their experience, take it away with you, personalize it in what you do, and that's how they can influence you indirectly. And you never know, you're doing it to someone else as well. So it's a circle. So not just taking in information, but you go on to pass it forward.
Yes, it's a very nice point that you've touched on there. And it reminds me of a conversation that I had at a networking event, and it was just a passing person. And as we were at a networking event, I guess we were talking about networking. And he was saying that I always like to give something of value. I always ask what people need at the moment to see if I can connect them to somebody. So he came from a place of giving rather than here's my business card, this is what I do. And that really changed the way that I saw building relationships, networking, and how you can actually really connect to people and build that wider support that you need. Because as an entrepreneur, or just anyone who wants to get ahead in life, it's about the people that are underpinning you and lifting you up along the way that you have around you, rather than trying to do it on your own. That's a difficult place to be.
Yes, exactly.
So the value giving in any relationship, however short-lived it is, that really resonated with me when you shared that.
Thank you.
So, Leza, you know that I believe that everybody has, we all have our unique talents and our unique gifts that really resonate with us at our core level, that we're just destined to share with the world and be in service in using those talents. So for me, it's transformation. What is it for you? What is your natural genius?
I find that one of the skills that I highly value of myself, and which of course I've benefited as well, is the fact that I feel that I am a master of my own communication skills. So I'm not saying that I'm probably the best communicator, but this skill works for me in the way I have concepted it for myself. And I find that communication is one of the essential tools, because when you're able to communicate right in a short period of time, people get the message. Your message gets conveyed effectively, and therefore it opens opportunity for people who's ready to give you opportunities.
Well, look, thank you, Leza. Thank you for coming to talk to me today. It's been a really lovely conversation.
Thank you for having me here. It's my pleasure to be here.
You're welcome. So thank you also for tuning in, for watching. If you would like to know a little bit more about how you can step out, how you can supercharge your success, then do check out the link in this video to see how you can do that. Also, I'll be doing more of these interviews, so do tune in next time, and I look forward to seeing you then. Bye-bye for now.
See you again.